one of the most important aspects of sports, the reason sports is so interesting to people, is that there's so much more going on underneath the surface than there is on the surface. All sports, professional sports in particular, are a matter of deception. In baseball, more than any. Football for sure, but also in baseball. Because in baseball, you have a hitter at the plate who's got this thin wooden tube trying to hit a ball that's going 90 miles an hour. Are you kidding me? How do you do that? In order to increase their odds of being successful, the hitter has to figure out what the pitcher's going to throw. The hitter at the plate, and you have the pitcher up here on the mound. The hitter is trying to figure out what the pitcher's going to throw. The pitcher is trying to figure out what the hitter thinks he's going to throw. So if you think about this geometric sort of mind game is going on at all times between the hitter and the pitcher. You've also got the first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, third baseman. You got the outfielders, all trying to anticipate what the hitter's going to do. Hi, my name is Jon Markman. I'm an investment advisor and research provider. I publish and edit Tech Trend Trader, and I'm helping people invest and speculate. So I was a young guy on the sports desk, and I was competing against all these veterans, these guys who had been reporters and editors for years, and they knew the baseball players a lot better than I did. But I was, an up-and-comer, and I wanted to show them. So I figured, well, how can I draft better? Like, all these guys are just going to draft their old favorites. I wanted to apply Bill James' statistical analysis of baseball to choosing my team for fantasy baseball. You can determine what factors in the past are the most likely to predict future performance. And then you draft based on those stats rather than on your memory. The best baseball teams today are the ones that are picked based on sabermetric principles. Yeah. The original way I got into this was I was doing my analysis for baseball, and I was winning my league. And I put so much time into this. I was only like 26, 27 years old. I didn't have kids yet. And I started to get interested in stocks. So I thought, well, if I can do this with baseball teams, I should be able to do it with mutual funds. I didn't get into stocks yet. So then I applied the same methodologies. I did a factor analysis. And so I started to do mutual funds, and I was doing well with those. And finally, I graduated to stocks. I married my college sweetheart, Ellen. We've been married for 34 years. We have 2 kids. I would call my father, absolutely. I would call my mom too, but I would call my father. I miss him every day. He's been gone for 23 years now. He died the same year that my son was born, and I miss him every day. I think about him, and I kind of talk to him in my mind, and if I could call someone from the dead, I would definitely call him before I'd call George Washington. I live in Seattle. We have a house near Lake Washington, and I ride a motorcycle or scooter to work. I have an office downtown overlooking the city, and it's a great, I think of it as my treehouse. I'm up above the city, and it's a great place to just kick back and think and do your research and serve my customers. And the hitter is trying to anticipate what they think he's going to do. So let's say there's a man on first here, and maybe a man on second here. Well, what the hitter is trying to do is trying to hit the ball, through this hole. And of course, these guys know that, so they want to close up that hole. So he knows that's going to happen, so he may actually try to outwit them by hitting it this way instead. And because the pitcher knows that's going to happen, he may try to pitch him inside, which will jam him and make him hit it that way, even though the hitter is trying to figure out how to hit it that way. So although it just seems like people are all just standing there when all this is going on, there is just so much going on in their minds. And I really see the same thing happening all the time in the stock market. There's a constant battle between buyers and sellers, between bulls and bears. And each side is trying to outwit the other. And it's incumbent upon investors to figure out what that mind game is and how to defeat it.
It's a great analogy.
That's all. Cheers.